listen, if you're looking for a magical evening of entertainment, you can just follow the second star on the right to DeVos Hall. That's where you're going to find the national tour of Finding Neverland, which tells the tale of the man behind the classic story of Peter Pan.
And joining us this morning are the two lead actors of the musical, Jeff Sullivan and Ruby Gibbs. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having us.
It's just amazing to both of us who saw the show last night, opening night, opening the 30th season of Broadway Grand Rapids, that you're actually awake.
Yeah, you are bright-eyed and bushy.
Energy show. I mean, it's amazing. Tell us a little bit about opening night. I mean, it's always, for us, it's a big deal. You know, it's the first time we're getting to see you guys perform. Coming in opening night, how did it go? What did you think of the performance? We know we loved it.
Well, thank you. It's always a new experience. It's always, you know, we get into a new venue and we've got to see how it works. We've got to get used to the space. So it's kind of like a big adventure for all of us.
Right.
You know, it's...
Yeah, and you never know what the audience is going to, or how they're going to receive it. So the
and how
audience last night was fantastic.
Okay,
Truly, you guys were like above and beyond, and were participating in like even the smallest bits. There was laughter, and so we really appreciate that. So thank you, Grand Rapids.
Yeah, a lot of little kids got to stay up late last night, but they came out with big smiles on their faces because you guys really gave them a treat. Go ahead and explain your characters a little bit to people.
Absolutely. So I play a woman named Sylvia Llewellyn Davies, who is the mother of 4 boys who the whole family met a man named J.M. Barrie, and they kind of inspired the story of Peter Pan.
I play J.M. Barrie, and who is the writer of Peter Pan, and that's the simplest form of that, and so we kind of go through his entire story of how he came to be inspired to write Peter Pan.
Without giving too much away.
Exactly. We don't want to give too much away. Most people are some people may have seen the film. Johnny Depp, Kate Winslet starred in the film about this, but for me, beyond the performances, the astonishingly good performances you guys put on last night, were this quartet of boys. I mean, talk about these young 8-year-old and younger that are on stage just knocking it out of the park.
Yes. Oh my gosh, they're the sweetest. As they're the woman that gets to play their mother.
Right.
They're all over me all the time, and I love them. They're so sweet. We've got 6 boys total, so every night 4 of them will go on, and I think 4 of the boys know 3 parts at least, and then the other 2 switch between 2 roles. We've got everyone from an 8-year-old, 9, 10, and then 3 13-year-olds.
My goodness.
And they are
Kid
so
geniuses.
sweet.
I
Absolutely.
don't understand how they do it, but they do, and their spirits are always high. Like after a show, even still after, you know, traveling and doing double show days, they're just like yelling after the shows. They're so excited just to be doing it, and
You know, does it go for many of the characters or actors? Did they know multiple parts? Is that something that happens?
Absolutely.
It's a lot to remember.
Yeah, we've got lots of understudies and then on-stage swings.
Yes, which are very important, so that if anybody gets sick or whatever, then they can jump in at a moment's notice.
Now, obviously, when people think of the story of Peter Pan, they think of flying. Okay, of course, right? You know, the boy who could fly, right? So that does happen in this show in numerous different ways.
Yes.
I love how it's not just what you might think when you think of someone flying, and the way that you guys pulled that off. Again, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Was just phenomenal, and we're seeing some shots right now. Talk a little bit about how much of the author is in this book, because it really is almost like you're displaying, for those who don't know, this isn't the story of Peter Pan, it's the story of the man who created Peter Pan, and how much of his personality and his id and his ego are kind of displayed through characters. I mean, is that pretty much what you portray on stage?
I mean, essentially, it's his world, right? And everything that inspired it. So you've got so many different levels. And, you know, at one point, he had trouble finding the character of Captain Hook. So in order to find that inspiration, there are so many different levels, whether it was the stress of his life, the inspiration of passion, of love, all these different multitudes of emotions. And he invested all of it into his frustration of not being able to write something and writer's block, and came out with this beautiful story that has been around for over 100 years.
A personification of your subconscious, you know,
Yeah.
coming out on stage. Kiss her already.
Right.
Spoil it for anybody.
Well, I can definitely say you will laugh, you will cry, you will cheer, you will be very silent at some point.
Oh yeah, made my wife cry.
You won't be disappointed. I know, she was sitting right next to me. I said, stop already. But it tugged at every emotion. It was just wonderfully done. And you guys are in Grand Rapids for a few more days, so we want to go ahead and throw those dates up on the screen. Still plenty of time to go see it, you guys. So tonight, you guys have a performance, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tonight, tomorrow, all the way to the 14th.
I can give you one spoiler alert.
What's that?
And this is, back me up if I'm right here, Jeff, but when the author wrote the Peter Pan, and he did sell the rights to that children's hospital in London,
he did.
And to this day,
Still.
the rights from Peter Pan still benefit benefit that hospital even
Absolutely.
to this day, decades later.
Great Ormond
right?
Street Children's Hospital, yeah.
Isn't that incredible? Yeah, that's such a. Well, I can give that part away.
And there's one little showstopper that doesn't have 2 legs, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
One of the favorite characters in the show.
You gotta see this show.
Yeah,
obviously.
you gotta
We're
go, you
gushing.
guys.
We're gushing because
Yes,
it's
we
that
are.
good. What a
Yeah,
start to
thank
the
you.
season
Yep.
for Broadway Grand Rapids. Check out all the dates on your screen right there, and as always, the website to go to BroadwayGrandRapids.com. Jeff, Ruby, thank you so much for
Yeah,
your time.
thank you so
Thanks for
much.
having
That's
us.
a great one.
Absolutely.
Thank you.